it's time to release our fascia. I want you to go through this sequence with me as a follow along. That way you get a better understanding of how to do this. If you're not standing up right now, make sure that you stand up. Go ahead and pause this video until you're ready because we're gonna dive right in. Now, the main goal with fascia is that we want to be able to warp its direction, creating pressure, and then starting to mobilize it. So I want you to think about, this is not actually just my skin. This is the fascia underneath that limits how my skin can move. So with each one of these exercises, I don't want you to think about sliding and gliding. I want you to really think about sticking right to that area and then moving that skin around, because underneath that skin is where the fascia is. And if we can move that skin and pull it in particular directions and then mobilize, what we're gonna do is we're gonna restructure that fascia. So the first one that we're gonna do is we're gonna start resetting our temples. What I want you to do is I want you to take both your hands. You're gonna take one hand and you're gonna flip it forward. You're gonna take the other hand and you're gonna put it backwards. And all you're gonna do is you're gonna take the palms of your hands and you're gonna press them right into your temples. Now the goal here is once we press these into our temples, we're gonna keep them stuck right on that skin and we're gonna twist that skin until both of our hands come upright. Then you're just gonna clamp down those fingers on the top of your head, and all you're gonna do from there is you're just gonna start to move your head around and breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, moving your head in all directions. I want you to put a little bit more twist, and then we're gonna breathe in and out through our mouth. You can even play around with squatting down a little bit. Now, I want you to undo those hands. So now that we've released the one side, let's release the other side. So I want you to take your hands and I want you to flip them the opposite way. So whichever hand you had in front first, you're gonna reverse it the opposite way. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna put your hands back on those side temples, and all you're gonna do is press in, twist, and then lock down. And go ahead and take those breaths through the nose and out through the mouth. Twisting on those temples. Really moving around. The more mobilization and movement we get, the more effective the release is. Go ahead and twist a little bit more and then squat down and take that breath in and out through the mouth. All right. Now just take a moment, move your jaw around, move your neck around, and notice, are you a little bit looser in through there? As you continue going through this process daily, what you'll find is that your fascia just naturally starts to mold more with you. And that means we can start to get a whole lot less stiff and a whole lot more effective in our biomechanics. So the next release that we're gonna do is a very similar release, but we're gonna use the pads of our fingers and we're gonna be doing this on our jaw. Now, in the temple, we pressed in with the palm of our hands and then we twisted. We're gonna do the same exact thing with our jaw, but we're just not gonna use our palms, we're gonna use our fingertips. So I want you to take your fingertips and almost make them like those old school mittens that you had to wear when you were a kid. And all you're gonna do is you're gonna take the pads of your fingers and you're gonna press right on that area of your jaw. You're gonna press, you're gonna stick to the skin, and then you're gonna twist your fingers, and then you're just gonna clamp down. And all you're gonna do from here is you're just gonna move your head around. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. You can move that jaw around. And then we're just gonna take that and we're gonna reverse it the opposite way. So taking your fingers the opposite way, that's the opposite way. So taking your fingers the opposite way, and then you're just gonna press in once again and twist. Lock those fingers down and then breathe. The more twist we get, the more effective the release. And relax. Now, if you struggled with the finger pads, you can also do this with the palms. So we're gonna do another adaptation of this with the palms. So go back to your first twisted position, and I want you to stick the heel of your hand right through here on that jaw. You're gonna stick the heel of the hand on both sides on that jaw, press in, and then twist and lock those fingers down. You're gonna push in, twist, and then I want you to squat and breathe in and out through your mouth. And then we're gonna reverse the hands the opposite way. We're gonna reverse the hands the opposite way and do the same thing. So pressing in, twisting, locking those fingers down, opening and closing that jaw as you squat and breathe. Take a second, relax, shake out your shoulders, and just move your jaw around. Notice how it feels. Notice how your neck feels. So the next one that we're gonna move on to is going to be releasing our throat. To release your throat, what you wanna think about is clamping down on the skin of your neck, right at the level of the collarbone. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your right hand and you're basically just gonna press down on that skin right underneath your collarbone. You can take your fingers just like this and you're gonna press down on that skin and you're gonna push it down. Then you're gonna take your other hand and you're gonna put it on your throat and you're gonna lift up on the skin of your throat. It's gonna be the same kind of motion as if you were choking yourself. Do not choke yourself. That's not what we're doing here. It's not that kind of course. But what you wanna do instead is you wanna put a little bit of light pressure just so you can stick to that skin, and then you're gonna lift up all of the skin of your throat. So this shouldn't be enough pressure to really start to choke yourself. It should just be enough pressure to lift up on that skin. You're gonna take your whole hand, you're gonna slide it right along those collarbones, and then you're just gonna stick to the skin and just pull that right down. You're gonna take your other hand, you're gonna grab your throat right on the sides, you're gonna lift your head up, and then you're gonna squat down. And then all you're gonna do is just rotate your head and breathe. You can rotate your upper body. And this is one we only have to do once. But now, as you move your neck around, notice how much more open and released your neck feels as you move it around. So now that we've done the temples, the jaw, the neck, it's time to do the shoulders. So for the shoulders, what you're gonna do is you're going to push down with the pads of your fingers. Just to demonstrate this, I'm gonna take my hand, I'm gonna bring it over, and I'm gonna press down right on that trap muscle and almost imagine I can pull it down towards the shoulder the littlest bit. So what I want you to do for this exercise, I want you to take your right hand, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna put it on your left trap. You're gonna find a tender spot as you press down into your left trap. And once you find that tender spot, all I want you to do is I want you to lock onto that tender spot and then pull it ever so slightly down towards your left shoulder. Now, you're gonna take your left hand and you're gonna put it underneath your left side of your jaw. And all you're gonna do from here is you're gonna push up just like we did in the other exercise. But now, you're gonna rotate to the left and you're gonna squat down. And you wanna think about trying to send your butt backwards in space. We don't wanna just squat down, we wanna send our butt backwards in space. So you're going to push on that shoulder, lift up through that jaw, turn that head, squat down, rotate, and breathe in and out through your mouth. Rotate a bit more. Look up a bit more. 2 more. Last one. Good. Slowly come back up. And just notice how different that left shoulder feels compared to the right shoulder. The right shoulder is probably like, me next. So we'll do that one. So you're gonna take your left hand, you're gonna place it on your right shoulder. You're gonna push down, you're gonna find that little uncomfortable spot. That's the one for me right there. Now all you're gonna do is you're gonna pull that towards that right shoulder. You're gonna take that right hand, you're gonna place it underneath that right side of your jaw. You're gonna twist your head and push it up as you rotate to the right. Then you're gonna squat down and you're gonna breathe in and out through your mouth. Rotate a bit more. Rotate a bit more, push that jaw up. And slowly stand up. Take a moment, breathe in, move those shoulders around, move that neck around, notice how good you feel. Now, the final one that we're gonna be doing is a scalp release. And for this one, I gotta let my hair down. So, what we're gonna do is you're gonna find a nice clump of hair that you have. You're gonna get a good chunk of your hair in your hands. And what you wanna think about is you're gonna take your fingers and you're gonna slide them in sideways, right at the level of the scalp. Now, what you're gonna do from here is once you have that clump of hair, you're gonna actually squeeze. So it's almost like you're pulling your hair a little bit. Then from here, all you're gonna do is you're going to take your elbow, you're gonna twist towards your midline, and you're gonna turn your head towards your elbow. And then you're just gonna breathe. And what this is doing, you can slowly unwind, is it's actually taking the fascia of your scalp, which is connected to your hair follicles, and you're taking that hair, and by twisting it, you're actually rotating the fascia of your scalp. So let's do it in the opposite direction. I want you to take your other hand, I want you to find an area, and I want you to just grab that nice clump of hair. You're gonna squeeze that hand of hair until you start to feel it tighten up. And then from there, all you're gonna do is you're gonna bring that elbow forward and you're gonna rotate that head in the opposite direction. Breathing in. Rotate a bit more. This is great for headaches. 2 more. Last one. And slowly relax that down. You can let your hair just go. And just notice how different your head feels. Now, if while I was doing that exercise you were thinking, Waylon, I am bald, I don't have any hair, I got you. You want to take a towel, just a small little washcloth, and you're going to take that and you're going to put it on the top of your head. Then from there, you're going to place both of your hands on it and you're going to twist that washcloth, and it's going to give you the same effect as if you were to have hair. And then from there, all you're going to do is you're going to rotate your elbow, you're going to rotate your head towards that elbow, and then you're just going to breathe. Same exact process. So now that you understand how beneficial fascial maneuvers can be and how lightning quick you can start to restructure your fascia, in the next video, I want to show you how you can reset your nervous system. That way, as you go throughout your day, if you start finding that you're getting a bit dysregulated, you can recalibrate your nervous system so that you're at optimal function for your day. So I'll see you in the next video.